Rob Reiner. I just interviewed him.
Oh, God. Did you just interview him?
Just
Really?
did him on for the sequel to Spinal Tap. We had a great interview because I'm obsessed with Spinal Tap. I just sat there screaming Spinal Tap lines to him.
Yeah,
He was like,
really?
oh, it's enough already.
Right, yeah. Oh, God. What a great guy.
He was, incredible.
So sad.
At the Tonight Show to hear about the passing of our friend and entertainment legend, Rob Reiner, and his wife, Michelle Reiner.
Hollywood mourns the loss of Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner. Hollywood and the wider entertainment community were left stunned and grieving after acclaimed filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead in December 2025.
Rob changed the course of my life. And if he hadn't, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you now.
As questions mount surrounding Rob and Michelle's murder, his inner circle of comedy legends are left gutted.
Larry, what happened with that lunch?
Curb Your Enthusiasm's Larry David was reportedly spotted outside the home, separate from Billy, who told E.T. about the moment he first met Rob back in 1976 on the set of All in the Family.
When I look back over the last 35 years since we made Misery, I realized that if I hadn't done Misery, it would be like George Bailey going back and seeing what his life would have been like if he had never been there.
The deaths of the Reiners, both beloved figures in Hollywood, shocked colleagues, friends, and fans around the world.
Shock. Rob was like a father to me. I worked with him when I was 11.
Oh man, you guys are not gonna believe this.
Everything I have is because of Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, he was the one who gave me my big break when I was a kid for the soundtrack to When Harry Met Sally.
Mr. Saturday Dance.
His kindness and words of wisdom have stayed with me to this day.
I wasn't that scared. Come on.
Rob was my oldest friend. It's that simple. He's the person that I've known the longest. Met him when I was 14 years old. So I'm still in that not believing it stage. I know it happened, but you know, I'm driving around and all of a sudden I actually 2 days ago, I called his number.
In the weeks since, heartfelt tributes have poured in across social media, at award shows, and in public statements from actors, directors, industry figures, and political leaders alike. Rob Reiner was best known as a director, actor, and producer whose work helped shape American film and television for decades. He directed classic films such as Stand By Me, This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, and A Few Good Men, and his career spanned generations of audiences and performers. Michelle Singer Reiner was a respected photographer, producer, and creative partner, often working alongside Reiner on projects and supporting charitable efforts. Their deaths were felt not just as a loss of great talent, but as the passing of two warm, generous people.
I never got to work with Rob Reiner. I did not know him, but I loved him. I mean, I owe so much to him just in terms of inspiration. There would be no Tenacious D. There would be no School of Rock without Spinal Tap. Was everything to me. What's your favorite?
I mean, and he crossed so many genres.
Yeah, I mean, Princess Bride is an classic. Spinal Tap is one of the greatest comedies ever made.
Harry Met Sally.
It's Harry Met Sally. Yes. The guy. It's, you know, I think it's so tragic. It's so. Awful.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. Yeah. And it's like when people are talking about it, then all of a sudden they're talking about his films. And I think people should really take a step back and say, oh my God, of course. He's one of the greatest directors ever. Yeah. A great actor and a real activist and really, I mean, awful thing that happened, but a beloved person. So was his wife.
Yes.
I mean, this entire town is in shock.
And most people are remembering them that way.
Yeah.
Most people are remembering that way.
As they should.
Yes, as they should.
How do you even process the fact that this has just happened?
Well, Erin, first of all, one needs to internalize the fact that it actually did happen. It all feels very surreal. It's hard to get my mind around the fact that this, in fact, did happen, that our dear friends, Rob and Michelle, were literally murdered. And when we first heard the news, we simply could not believe it. So now it's only a day later, so we are still in the process of getting our heads around it, but it's impossibly hard.
They're calling Nick Reiner responsible for their deaths. That's the words that they're using at the LAPD.
Immediate shock and emotional responses. When news broke of the Reiners' deaths, many in Hollywood expressed shock and deep sadness. Actors and filmmakers who worked with Rob Reiner posted emotional tributes online, remembering him as a creative force and a beloved friend. Josh Gad described Reiner as one of the greatest directors of our time and simply a beautiful person, expressing how hard the loss hit him personally.
The line that Nigel says, "No one knows who they were or what they were doing." Okay, so if you go to Stonehenge, there's an educational center, and they have quotes up there, philosophers, poets, scientists, and up there it says, "No one knows who they were or what they were doing." Nigel Tufnell, rock musician. It's right up there.
It's amazing.
It's so nice to see Rob Reiner smiling and laughing and having a good time. And that's how I want to remember him, not how his life ended.
You know, he loved being an audience, and he loved making things for an audience. And he was just a person who was so full of love.
Rob was a frequent guest here on the show, and everyone here would line up around his dressing room to say hi or tell him something that they loved. I mean, what he's given to the world through his art, from All in the Family to going to direct some great movies like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, A Few Good Men, When Harry Met Sally, Spinal Tap, producing Seinfeld. Everyone felt like they had a personal connection to Rob Reiner and his work. I personally remember the last time he was on our show, and he came out from the curtain, and I was so happy to see him that I hugged him. And then we didn't let go hugging all the way to the guest chair, and we didn't plan it. We were just doing a bit, and he knew I was doing.
Responses came from a wide array of Hollywood figures. Meg Ryan, Kevin Bacon, Kathy Bates, Ron Howard, and many others shared memories and condolences, highlighting both Reiner's artistic influence and his personal kindness. Kathy Bates, who worked with Reiner on the film Misery, said she was absolutely devastated and called him brilliant and kind. Actors who remembered working with him shared the impact he had on their lives. Many spoke about how Reiner's films shaped their early careers or touched their lives in meaningful ways.
Yeah, I think Rob Reiner's influence can't be underestimated. You just have to look, first of all, his run of films in the 80s and 90s as a director, which included This Is Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, and others, Stand By Me, I could go on. But almost all of those films are deemed classics, some of the best in their respective genre. So you had him as a great director of films, but also he was an actor. I think he appeared in The Bear fairly recently, but had an acting career in the 70s, came from a showbiz family, and directed lots of TV as well. So, you know, yes, he was a successful movie director, but also he had worked in so many other areas of the entertainment industry, had a production company called...
These tributes painted a picture of a filmmaker who not only had tremendous skill, but who also cared deeply about the people he worked with.
Again. Oh, you're a nut boy! I love him! I love this man!
That you did with Rob Reiner. We lost him over the weekend.
Yes.
What's going through your heart and mind after his passing?
Oh, it's too much to discuss on television, but he was the best man, and we're going to miss him.
I'd never met Rob before. The first reading, Norman introduces me to the cast. He says, he's going to be our guest star this week. And we hit it off. We played best friends, and we became best friends.
So it hits close, but this is something that we are seeing all over the world. My heart is breaking about it, and I just feel for particularly those families and those closely affected, but just the community. That's my community. But I went to bed reading about Brown University, and I woke up reading about Bondi, and I just feel heartbroken.